My name is Gabor Lippner. I'm an assistant professor in the math department. I started at Northeastern in 2014 after spending 5 years at Harvard as a postdoc. And before that, I lived in Hungary. Cooperative behavior means something that you do that is actually on the short term bad for you. It costs you, but it helps whoever else is around you. Now, this kind of behavior is obviously observed in nature a lot, even in species like ants or bees, but also a lot of human behavior is cooperative. What is strange about cooperative behavior is that it sort of contradicts evolution. Right? Evolution is based on the idea that you should be selfish, and whatever helps you the most should be the most successful behavior. And cooperative behavior seems to be exactly the opposite. It helps your competitors thrive, and it hinders your own success. How can such a behavior still prevail is like a mystery based on the Darwinian theory of evolution. In this paper, we study a specific model that the goal of the model is to help explain this seeming contradiction between the prevalence of cooperative behavior and the theory of evolution. So there are various models that were designed to explain this, and we study one specific such model. This model, the idea is that the population, which is evolving, has some internal structure, meaning not every individual interacts with every other individual. It's limited to a given network, and you only interact with your friends or with your neighbors in this network. So this model has had some success explaining how cooperative behaviors evolve, but the theoretical analysis of this model is really, it turned out to be really hard. And what our research did is it substantially improved the tools for analyzing this model. We've improved the computational speed at which you can analyze the model, and using that, we were able to successfully analyze a host of different population structures and come up with some interesting observations on what kind of population structures enhance cooperation, what kind of population structures hinder cooperation. The main contribution is coming up with a mathematical formula that helps compute what this model predicts on how the structure influences cooperative behavior. And then we were able to run a lot of experiments and actually compute how strongly a lot of structures will enhance cooperative behavior. I think what is the most interesting is we found that the kind of structures that are most beneficial for cooperation is when pairs of individuals have strong ties within the community, like everyone has a partner who is very strongly related to them, and then these pairs are loosely related to each other. It speaks to monogamous relationships, why they might have evolved naturally. It has allowed the study of this model to a much deeper level than it has been previously possible. And this hopefully will allow, for example, things like engineering networks. So you can actually try to find the most ideal population structure that will be most beneficial to cooperation. And our results allow to design such networks. I think the most pressing direction is to generalize these models to changing population structures, because this model is very restricted in the sense that it assumes sort of a static population structure, and that is still somewhat unrealistic. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to understand how can you incorporate the change of the population structure at the same time as the evolutionary process is going on.